This takes place in Wisconsin, a really cool state. And I had no idea moving to Wisconsin would change my life, but it really did. And it's all because of my neighbor, Tom. And to set the stage, 5 years ago, before moving to Wisconsin, my best friend, Pam, passed away from cancer. And she was my best friend. We did everything together. We had our daughters together a day apart. We went the whole pregnancy together. We taught together. She was my world, and my world collapsed. And so did I. I curled up in a ball. I didn't want to get up. Couldn't be a parent to my daughters. And, everything you can think of when you don't want to be around anymore. So then we moved to Wisconsin. I was doing better. Therapy's good. Medicine's good. Plug there. So I thought I was on the right track. I thought I knew what it meant to get past a tragedy like that. But I was wrong. If only I had known how wrong I was. So Tom was a great guy. He would mow the yard for the elderly lady next door to him. He would snowplow all of us people from areas where it had never snowed like that and cleared our walks. And he was just a great guy. He had 2 big dogs, Weimararians. I always say that wrong. And I had a little Jack Russell mix. And we would go to the dog park. Oh, yeah. If only I hadn't been married, it would have been, So, but I was. So it was all very safe and innocent. And we talked. And that was a new experience for me. I didn't really do that in my marriage. We would watch movies, and that was about it. So Tom and I would go to the dog park, and he would talk about Judy. And Judy was his partner. They never married, and she had died 2 years ago. And I was able to share about Pam and what a loss that was. And so we just talked, and I found out that you could tell stories about the person you loved and it wouldn't crush you. That he could tell me the story of, the time they went to a dry county in Kentucky and had to drive an hour to get a bottle of wine, and how they sat in the back of the truck and just drank wine. And here I am once again thinking, man, this guy is pretty awesome. And so stories like that. And then there was one time he told me this story of how Judy passed away. And Tom snored horribly, so they didn't sleep in the same bedrooms. So one morning, Judy didn't come down, and he knew something was wrong. And here I am thinking I had a year to get used to the idea of my best friend not surviving, even though all the doctors said, piece of cake, we're going to beat this. But I had a year, and as hard as that was, I had a chance to say goodbye. So then jump back to Tom and his story. Judy had an aneurysm. He went up and he found her, and I couldn't imagine what that would be like, someone you love in an instant being gone. And Tom still mowed the yard for his elderly neighbor, and he still snowplowed for us newcomers to Wisconsin. And he took a really lonely married person to a dog park, and one time lent me his coat because I was cold. No strings attached, just a friendship. And he told me stories about Judy, and because he did, I could start telling stories about Pam and all the really cool things we did and all the really sad things that happened. And he also, on different special occasions, would get a plant and take it to her graveside and things like that. All those normal things that I never knew you could do, because I thought if you did, then that's acknowledging your loss and that you had to keep going. But the truth was, if only I don't know. If only I had known that without needing someone else, I think I would have felt better about it. I didn't want to have to be shown, but I was. And I'm really, really grateful for Tom. And I'm really grateful that I was married, because I would have made a fool of myself trying to make it something that it wasn't. And that's my story. Thank you.